Peace, this is Jarrell with Wild My Consciousness. Today I want to talk about getting into your own heart, resonating with your own heart, and utilizing your own heart as your own core resonance center from the depths of your own soul, okay? Now, getting into the heart is probably the most important thing that you could possibly do for your own spiritual evolution, because when you get there, no one can lie to you, no one can say anything about physics to you that you do not know for yourself. Nobody can say anything about religion that you do not know for yourself. Nobody can say anything about who's who in the world that you do not know for yourself. This is the center of your own soul. This is the center of your own creation. This is the center of who you are on an eternal level, on an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent level. So when you get there, it's not something that is to be taken lightly, okay? What I want you to do is get into your own perception of your own heart and reconnect with your own soul, with your own galactic frequency of your own unconditional love frequency for what you see it as, okay? And it's going to have to do with what you perceive love is, what you perceive unconditional love actually is, okay? This reminds me of a family member, a proud Jehovah's Witness. I used to work with her and just have conversations with her and trying to get her to realize, what things are going on in the world mean to her, who the people are. Like, you take the Pope, for example, all right? You don't have to be like some type of spiritual guru to look at the Pope and see that dude is a parasite. Like, you look at his face, like, you see his face, like, his face is literally like, there's like shit energy coming out of his eyes, like and millions of people follow this dude just because he's got like a hat on and he's toting a cross around. Okay, the Pope is a pedophile. Like you don't have to realize this for someone else. Like, you have to realize this for yourself. You have to be somebody else's guru. You just realize that you're your own guru, and you sit in your own level of frequency with your own state and your own capability to read energy for yourself. And you kind of have to give yourself permission to do that, okay? Because when you give permission to do that, you take your pride back. Like, you take your power, you take your understanding, you take your sovereignty back, okay? Before, the human race gave it away to individuals who found out how this reality matrix worked, and they started working it for themselves with the rules that they discovered, and basically flipped everything upside down. And then they're able to utilize the money system, the financial system, the political system, the religious system, the entire energy system on a feedback loop to their God. All right. So when you literally become your own God, like literally, like, and this isn't to play on religion, like, religion helps a lot of people. And when you get out into the astral realms, it allegedly becomes like your God versus my God, like literally back in the ages, whereas, these religious wars, because that's what's going on. It's literally what's going on. Like, if you understand energy, you understand how to read context of frequency, you see that it's one divine force against another type of magic or another type of force, okay? So getting to that level is where I want to lead you guys within yourselves. Should you choose to put down your phones and stop using the applications that invade your aura and take over your third eye, even if it's socially not acceptable, all right? That's your choice, all right? So what I want to share with you today is the levels of energy and frequency that I was able to hit, that I was able to actually function off of and get my download capacity back. I was able to get my download capacity to begin functioning again and basically be able to download past lives like this. All right, basically, I'll think of where as a present version, as a future version of myself, as a higher self, and then I can go and view their life like that, basically. This happens when you get into the art field. when you take back your power of your own living creation back into your own soul and you implement that and you embody that. Okay, now, of course, I only make these discoveries when I go too far doing the wrong things. Every time. I'm always doing something stupid, and my guide's like, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, yeah, I know. Alright, so, so this happens after I went a little bit too far into the artificial realm of video games. I'm guilty to play video games every once in a while, alright? Who doesn't, alright? If you don't, who cares? You do something technologically inclined that, sometimes you go a little bit too far. Alright? However, if you don't risk going too far, you never know where the line is. And that's also what I tell my guides. Like, they're never going to say, well, they do now, because I always say, you guys never say shit until shit goes wrong. And you guys swoop in and say, oh yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that. So now they do for me. However, they probably won't for you unless you tell them to say something before something bad happens to you. So, I don't know. It's a unique relationship I have with my guides. So, when you go too far into something, that's how you realize that you know where the line is. So I went a little bit too far into playing video games until an actual artificial simulation basically tried to snap itself over my entire dimensional understanding. Alright? This is why you hear a lot of people say, oh, the universe is a simulation. Oh, we're just programs in an artificial simulation. Oh, nothing's actually here. It's just all projection. It's all an illusion. Like they actually think that because they actually have an artificial simulator etherically hooked onto their auric field and simulating itself through their vessels. And because their vessel is not 100% self-aware, they're just spouting that through their mouth and they're been totally taken over. Alright, so I went a little bit too far into the tech, video game era. Alright, the 90s video games, 90s fighting games, got a little bit too nostalgic, and I ended up bringing this unnecessary force through to my auric field that I had to deprogram and release, okay? And what I see with healers and what I see with spiritual guides and teachers, some of them, they've been totally taken over and they don't even realize it. Their heart, their energy field, seeing from the outside, you could tell that they're on the shadow versions of polarity. And even though they based off their work off love, their love is different from actually what unconditional love actually is, because they're in a bind. They're actually in a net. They become part of a net, of a simulation net of attachment. And anything based off attachment is based off artificial. It's based off illusion. Alright. So to get out of illusion, to get out of artificial simulation realities, basically what you do is you connect with nature. You get outside and you connect with nature, and you actually want to work with the green ray of ascension. Okay, now the green ray of ascension is Archangel Gabriel's ray of light, and in that ascension ray, basically what you have is the living light of Gaia herself. Alright, and the way I like to imagine this ray of light is basically if Gaia, the living earth, large grandmother, galactic goddess that she is, totally amazing, totally awesome. If she was a ray of light, how would she feel? Who would she look like? And what color would it be? It can be green, because we're working with green to reconnect you with your heart, because that's the color of the heart chakra. However, basis you want to get is nature. You want to get that living essence, because anything can be green. Literally anything could be green, and it could be sick. So you want to make sure that you understand that living is good, simulation is bad. So to free yourself from artificial simulation realities with these simulated social media networks, these simulated phone realities with these layovers, I go to take this video and it's if I don't have a piece of paper covering this phone camera, it tries to snap me into an artificial reality. Because like my face is being recorded right now. However, when I lift this paper up over the screen, a little circle will show over my face. Like that doesn't even fucking make sense. That doesn't make sense at all based off of what it's recording. So if I lift it up off the screen, why is a circle showing up when the camera's already fucking taking a picture of my face? Like it is a etheric play here. It's a etheric play that is artificial and trying to drag every single person on the planet into an artificial simulation through these goddamn technical phones. Alright. So all you have to do is really just connect with the green ray of light. Green ray of ascension. Alright, based off unconditional love. And when you do this, I've been doing this for the past week or so, and I've been able to actually deprogram all the artificial attachments that have been hooking into my field. Alright. I've been able to regain my past life clarity. I've been able to feel more alive on the inside. I've been able to breathe a lot better. Alright, it literally declutters and deprograms and re-clears everything about your auric field, because it's the center, it's the base, it's actually beating heart of Gaia. Alright, so I can't really like put it into words better than that, besides just like stop scrolling on your phone so much and really just understand yourself as a living, breathing heart. Alright, because nobody can take that away from you. No thing can take that away from you. No tech company, no artificial entity, no false god, no fake out of the Bible, no bank, no fucking like world leader, nobody. Alright, because you are your heart. Alright, you are that living, breathing essence of your own soul. And when you get back into that, that's when things start to change. That's when you start getting your downloads back. That's when you start realizing who you are. That's when you start realizing what you're doing on this planet, and that all the people on this planet are being run by things that are here today and are gone tomorrow. Survival needs, they count. They are things that actually do matter. All right. However, if you don't actually find time to get through and connect with your own soul, then you're done. Like you're literally done. If you don't actually get through and figure out what is most important to your own soul, then you're done. You're going to reincarnate. And like if you want to reincarnate and get into the hamster wheel race to get a Beamer, get a Benz, get a Bentley, then I guess that's your purpose in life. However, like even though things are nice, like you can have those things and be nice and not understand, like getting that isn't going to save you. It's important to have nice things. However, it's important to actually understand the most nice thing, which is yourself, which is your heart, which is who you truly are at the core resonance center. Alright, so peace and love. If you guys look at session, I do sessions at quantumlight.net. I do healing, coaching, intuitive reading, guidance, light code attunements. I do it all. Alright, I have art coming up that you'll soon be able to buy on HC prints. I also would totally respect and acknowledge and appreciate donations just for making videos. Alright, you guys, don't have to donate a lot, $5, $2, $1, whatever you want. Alright, every donation comes with a free reading, a free mini reading. Alright, because it seems that GoDaddy is actually targeting my account and limiting the views that I get to my website, quantumlight.net. So if you guys feel guided, please hit the donate. Got the Cash App link in the description. And that's it. Peace and love. Talk to you soon.